Hello and welcome everybody. Hopefully you are fine with this video being rather drastically different compared to the usual content. Disclaimer, this is not objective and just my subjective observations backed by evidence within the links in the description below. Furthermore, my goal of this video is to convey my personal disagreements with YouTube's current direction. Also, shout out to Sir Sloth, assuming he clicked the link. This could have been a Trojan, a keylogging malware, or even a link to an adult industry video. However, it has led you to this terrible video. One of us is happier because of that. I'll let you decide on that one. I hope you enjoy the autograph on the screen that was requested by you within comments that we shared. Please do watch to the end of the video. You might like it. So this video, I am trying to rationalize what has been happening for the past 3 weeks on YouTube. I like to think we are extremely intellectual individuals capable of civilized means of discourse. However, we have reduced ourselves into feudal European medieval society, where two lords of the different lands are having a petty squabble that has been going on for years. Instead of agreeing to disagree, they send the peasants to fight their war by salting the lands of the other lord. The lords will be fine. They have plenty of food and will bounce back rather nicely compared to most. However, the only people who suffer from the war is the people who fought it and those who were not participating. Sounds familiar, right? Well, that was the H3 Productions versus Keemstar debacle, where they maliciously sent each other's fans to attack the other sponsors. This behavior is quite usual for Twitter going Karens, K-pop stans, and a few Twitch streamers that are quite notable, but I will not bring up within this video. But have it a domestic dispute between two individuals on the same platform is foreign of a concept. Not only did it screw over YouTubers that were not even associated with the issue, it screwed over the audiences that were hoping for better content. Instead of pushing out quality entertainment for the people who support them, they prolonged the issue further. They are both terrible individuals within their own right, but within this case scenario, only one of them were truly punished. As most of you are aware, the harassment policy has been updated to ensure the vagueness is cranked up to 11, my dudes, to target whomever YouTube happens to disagree with. This directly affects the commentary community such as Mauler, some ordinary gamers, Optimus, and generally great channels who call out awful people on the platform. You're still technically allowed to make criticism videos. You have freedom in that regard. Just YouTube is going to bleed your wallet and put your livelihood in jeopardy for an opinion. Even calling out the hidden evils of YouTube such as 3 a.m. videos and poorly constructed arguments found on social media is considered harassment nowadays through the vague outlines of that ruling. But the truest injustice is the disruption of social equilibrium within YouTube's dichotomy, where rules are implemented bipartisan and equally enforced on both sides of the conflict. YouTube shows favoritism once again and tilts the scale in favor of one creator over another. Keemstar recently lost his YouTube partnership due to uploading Gokunaru's video criticizing H3 Productions. Highly recommend to watch that video because it really does show Ethan Klein as worse. Obviously for his own points in the video of cherry picking. But the hilarious part is that another YouTuber called The Quartering, which is fairly popular, currently has more than 700 plus thousand followers on YouTube, has also re-uploaded the same video and has not been taken down as of the day of this recording. Link down below if it's still available. This clearly shows this was deliberately an attack on Keemstar instead of universally upholding the same ruling, when it's painstakingly obvious that everyone massive who has targeted H3 Productions are getting thrown off the platform or having them financially severed for doing so is YouTube's priorities, instead of the other issues that's plaguing the platform. but they went a step further and made it so the commentary community is heavily jeopardized, either financially or just outright just thrown out the window with taking away partnerships. Even if you're not a commentary channel and you do somewhat just do like podcasts or stuff like that, you are also considered a commentary channel. Where if you just talk about a certain person, guess what? Bye bye, no money. I think it's funny how they are basically attacking people for having an opinion on other people. This is not a new concept. I would like to think within this particular scenario, maybe YouTube just doesn't know about the Quartings re-uploading of Gokunaru's video. That's just the optimist on my end. But however, this strictly shows that they are definitely using favoritism. Whenever I brought up social equilibrium, aka the disruption of it, that means everything internally and intrinsically is upheld to the same degree as another individual within rulings. And clearly, H3H3 Productions got off scot-free, even though he started the conflict, furthered the content, and went beyond anything else. And even had the first domestic case of people attacking sponsors. Personally, I've never been monetized. Shocker, I know. I barely even have 79 subscribers, so clearly I would not have monetization. However, you have to realize a few things that I kindly think about. And this is when I kind of go off a rant sort of thing. First off, this is the problem with having a monetized sort of platform for people to upload their opinions and whatnot. This clearly is why I fear becoming famous or being paid for the content that I make. Purely for the reason that for the opinions I do have, and I love to have unadulterated stream of consciousness during streams or videos and whatnot, I believe purely if I was to receive a paycheck and then the company that pays me tells me stop doing that, well, I guess I'm not receiving money anymore. That's the main thing. That's how I believe I uphold my own morals, and I don't really want money anyways. This stuff is why I'm just simply afraid of being famous or getting any money in return of the content that I make. At any point, YouTube can just snap their fingers and just say, nope, we don't accept you anymore. You don't get any money. And they can pick and choose who they clearly do not like, as clearly shown within the example that I provided. And I would say, just to the fact that they did disrupt the social equilibrium and how the good old environment of YouTube works, you do something dumb, you get called out. That is something called criticism. You need criticism to actually function as a human being. If you want progress, if you want any sort of, let's just say, way of trying to fix yourself or your content or anything like that, you need criticism. And you need to take it. It's a valuable thing. Even if it's stupid criticism where it's obviously someone poking fun at you and it's just simply someone saying, ha, you got a big nose. Cool. Doesn't really show your intelligence, pal, but hey, you have an opinion, you know? If someone actually said on this video within a comment, hey, I believe this is heavily stupid. You didn't get everything correctly about the events and whatnot, which was not the point of the video. I would just simply say, well, I'll try my best to do better in the future. I'll make a follow-up video trying to explain the situation even further. But let's be honest here, most of the people have either watched the situation from way bigger YouTubers, and I'm just bringing up my observations and sort of metaphorical analysis of how this is functioning within terms of older civilizations and how it's currently disrupting everyone else. You know, originally I thought the Keemstar versus H3H3 Productions was going to be a minor debacle, somewhat inconvenient, and then it went further. When YouTube has to go out of their way to make sure that good old Keemstar is punished, but they don't go out of their way to punish H3H3 for pulling the trigger and making sure the bullet connected, actively causing a domestic dispute gone escalated. So I like to think in the best of people. I don't think Ethan Klein is absolutely a terrible person. He has done charities and he has done some things that are rather nice for the community. No one cannot deny his influences within how fair use and various other things are actually done on the platform now. No one can deny that. Even Keemstar, who is literally a terrible person, both are terrible people, mind you, at least he does call out YouTube when they clearly do things out of control. I do believe that 100%. He does have the platform in mind whenever YouTube does screw up things. I will give him that. But I believe at the end of the day, they both should be punished. If we really want to view this in a fair, isolate case scenario, H3H3 instigated it. Keemstar fought back. Ethan decided, okay, I'm going to push off and just get YouTube to deal with you. We already know that Ethan knows how to play legal. It's just simply a matter of fact that he couldn't get Keemstar on harassment because he's also in fault of that. But he can get him on re-uploading content that was already took off the platform. I believe that is just an opportunist move, and him taking off Leafy, well, that was just an extra cherry on top of the key lime pie at that point. The main thing is, it's just getting to the point where it's more authoritarian sort of cherry picking of who gets enforced, who doesn't get enforced, and how they make these rulings. The main thing is, the best way to enforce a society's rulings based off the government's wanting is to make the rules as vague as possible, or just use words that are super archaic or super complex within meaning to convey the thoughts and let's say motivations behind the rules and regulations. For instance, I don't believe most people would have understood social equilibrium, considering it was a theory within sociology and psychology, right? The main thing is, I use that terminology to convey my point in the most concise way possible, even though I probably believe the layman would not understand what I'm saying in that case scenario. But at least it was concise. If I kept it vague, I would have just said it kind of just disrupts the YouTube community and is obviously a bad thing, right? It's like, oh, that's just poorly conveyed. Then when you get to the vagueness where it's like, I am going to make sure that you are punished when you utilize someone else for personal, monetary, or financial gain based off intrinsic attributes that they possess. And I think it's like, well, intrinsic is naturally, so facial, physical, maybe mental. features of the individual. If you were to just base it off that, then, kind of a jerk move, but you should be within your right to do so. Is it a low blow to attack a person based off not of their points or anything of the sort? Yes, most definitely. It just means you have nothing to argue and you just wasted everyone's time. But if someone is literally being put out for that, I can agree with that. It just is a waste of everyone's time. But the main thing is they keep it so vague, intrinsic. Intrinsic is just natural. So is opinions, my content, natural? I mean, I upload video games. Is that natural? Well, I mean, it's a really awesome hobby, so probably. That's the main thing. It keeps it so vague where it's like, you can criticize something, and so long as it's considered natural or harassment, doesn't matter. You're going to be put off. And not just that, just the fact that people can abuse power in this current situation and can just generally unbalance the throttle for power, we're going to see a massive issue going forward. And I really hate that. I really do. I just want to talk about positivity, make some songs that make me feel something, and maybe play some games that I find cool that maybe you guys can find cool. I've been enjoying Silent Hill. I've been enjoying good old Minecraft, even though I haven't really played in a while. I want to do so many things within my personal free time, and I just get unmotivated because I see this stuff, and I just can't. And I just feel super disgruntled about it. I just feel as if I can't really do anything. I have an audience of 79. I'm not going to be monetized anytime soon. That's fine with me. But the problem is, whenever someone that is clearly just 79 followers compared to a million, and we're both not handled to the same capacity and balance, then obviously I believe that is stupid. I believe that's entirely BS. I believe 100% that should be changed. Both individuals within this conflict, regardless of standing in community and everything else, should be upheld to the same standard as the other person was. And that's just my personal opinion. And I guess YouTube will never agree with me. Just based off how they've been handling the website for years. The entire point of having a platform is to allow people to upload what they want and have them have that freedom and ability to express their creative endeavors with a nice, I would say, nice way that is able to be conveyed to the most amount of people possible. But clearly, they want to make sure it's not just a platform, it's literally anything else. They're a publisher. But hey, that's an argument for a different day. I would like to thank a few people for at least supporting me, my entire community. At this point, the people that I definitely do see extremely often within my comments is obviously Need Help. I would say go try and find their Instagram. Need Help, aka Misha. Could you comment below your Instagram? Maybe people can go to it. If you don't want to, that's fine. I personally want to thank you and a few other people, definitely on the Discord, for definitely supporting me, like Krabs Activist, Jello Bird, even Bree, when Bree is not being a cat. I'm just making a joke there. The main thing is, despite having a small community, I really enjoy that. I love you guys. I think it's weird to just go on about my emotions and stuff like that. Um, but I really do feel that's my obligation to continue uploading to you guys. And I feel kind of like a jerk for not uploading because I've been stuck in my own feelings. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right of me. Um, but I hope you guys had a fantastic day. And I hope to see you guys next time. Sorry, I just had like a little brain fart there. Um, if you guys could, um, I know it's only 79 of you, maybe Sir Sloth and myself, so 81 people at most. Please go try and support people who are affected by this. Trying to watch their videos, comment, like, and subscribe. I believe 100% that helps them and stuff like that. It's free. Um, I'm not asking you to go out of your way to pay them money or anything like that. I'm not even asking you to support me. That's the funny part. The way I think of it is, even though this is entirely negative of a video, I want to end it positive. Um, I want the people that are being affected by YouTube's inadequate behaviors and rulings that they cannot enforce universally. I want them to at least feel like they have somewhere to be a part of. I am GreyWandererXD. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.